Phillipsburg Town Council Work Session, April 3rd, 2024. Stephen Rodriguez is an investor in Phillipsburg. Stephen explains the negative impacts of rent control and encourages the council to reconsider.
Just your name, please.
Adrian Rodriguez, 403 South Main Street, where the bike shop is. So I want to say that I'm a recent arrival to Phillipsburg. I, as well as others, have, we're carrying out what we've heard that the people of Phillipsburg want to see, which is revitalization of the downtown and bringing businesses back. We're on a very strong trajectory, and apart from that, I'll echo what Robin said. My family does not come from this country, and from where they fled from, what the language is identical to what was written in those in that rent control. And I'm not new to rent controls in New Jersey. I've read through many different jurisdictions, municipalities, specifically in Hudson County, and the language is identical. So to present the points that I'm going to make, first of all, I think most people recognize that salaries for most people have not gone up at the rate that rents are going up. And it is tough for people. I think inflation affects everybody, including the property owners whose operating costs are going through the roof. We're not even talking about return. We're not talking about rate of return, fair return. We're just talking about expenses going up. In Phillipsburg, there's already a disproportionate amount of aid available. It just needs to be found and allocated to people who need help. And there's also a disproportionate amount of affordable housing already there. So this needs to be taken into consideration. Now, what we see in Hudson County is, so lessons learned from Hudson County of decades of rent control. The property values of controlled units versus free market are about, on a per unit basis, are usually around half. Okay, so it affects property value massively. So this, as we were saying, Phillipsburg has among the lowest rents and among the lowest property values already. So this will continue to hold those property values down. So that's one thing to take into account. Now, when your costs, taxes, fees go up and you're not able to increase the rent, what you see is that property owners appeal their taxes with attorneys, and they appeal them en masse all together, and they normally win. So that means that then everybody else who has a free market or anybody else who lives in the municipality is now burdened with paying more taxes, because the owners of rent-controlled properties are paying less because they just can't afford it. So it's actually unfair to the other homeowners. The units are incredibly difficult to repair. You see this from Hudson County to New York City. It's just, there's no way to get a return. And what was proposed in the rent control language basically forces landlords to improve their properties, make a loan to the property at a 0% return just to put a roof or do a boiler replacement or whatever it may be, according to the IRS MACR's depreciation rule.
We'll let you finish your sentence, just 3 minutes.
Okay, so the amount of rental units in terms of the housing stock, I think this is the biggest thing. It drops. So so much for providing affordable housing to the constituents. In fact, what happens is that the affordable housing shrinks, and what is left in the market is actually more expensive. So yeah, I think you guys need to take a closer look at the effects of rent control.
Thank you very much.